Week 16 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for this week. The first pitcher, Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants. So this season, it hasn't been that great of a year for Logan Webb. A mid to a poor season for his standards. On the year, 130 and a third, 7.8 record, 111 Ks, a 3.59 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, and 14 quality starts. And the last month of the season, 31 innings, 1-3 record, 28 Ks, a 5.52 ERA, a 1.55 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. The control's been an issue the last few outings here for Logan Webb. We know he's a bulldog and one of the better pitchers in the league in terms of going deep, and amongst the league leaders towards the end of the season in innings pitched. But the last couple outings, he's gone out there and he struggled versus the Blue Jays and at the Colorado Rockies. So July 4th at Atlanta, 7 innings, got the win. 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. July 10th versus Toronto, 5 innings, got the loss. 8 hits, 7 runs, a walk, 4 Ks in that one. And July 20th at the Rockies, 6 innings, got the loss. 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. So Logan Webb, only 2 quality starts for him in the last 5 outings. So right now he's struggling a little bit, no doubt about it. The San Francisco Giant team, they're playing around 500 the whole season. And Webb, like I said, we know he's their ace. We know he's a big-time innings eater and goes deep into ball games, but he's definitely struggled a lot over the last couple outings. So right now, while he struggled and not playing up to expectations where you thought he would be coming into the season, he's a buy low pitcher this week, but you still will most likely have to give up something decent in the deal. The next pitcher, Hector Cortez of the New York Yankees. So Cortez, it's been an up-and-down season for him this year, but of late, he's definitely struggled. On the year, 4-9 record, 119 and 2/3, 111 Ks, a 3.99 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, and 9 quality starts. But the last month of the season, he's been batting practice, 26 innings, 0-4 record, 25 Ks, a 6.23 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So that third time around the lineup on Cortez in of late. And this Yankee team, after they got off to a roaring start the first 2 months of the season, they've definitely struggled the last month and a half is this Yankee team. So hopefully Cortez could get things going. But right now, well, he struggled, especially the last 2 outings versus the Tampa Bay Rays, who definitely have his number. He's a perfect buy low pitcher this week. July 5th versus the Red Sox, 6 innings, no decision, 3 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. July 11th at the Rays, 4 1/3, got the loss, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. And July 20th versus Tampa Bay, 4 1/3, got the loss, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, and strikeouts. His strikeouts have gone down a little bit. Only 2 quality starts as well for him in the last 5 outings. July 26th, the middle of the pack matchup with the Red Sox, where they've been a surprising team for the most part this season. So right now, well, Cortez has struggled, no doubt about it, especially the last 2 outings, and he's even been dropped in 5% of fantasy leagues over the last couple weeks. He's a buy low pitcher this week. The next pitcher is staying in the same division, Chris Bassitt of the Toronto Blue Jays. So Bassitt, we know he's an innings eater as well when it's all said and done every season. And this year, he's been a 500 pitcher, 114 innings, 8-8 record, 106 Ks, 3.71 ERA, a 1.42 WHIP, and 9 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, he struggled mightily. 11 2/3, 1-1 record, 12 Ks, a 6.17 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. So Bassitt, there'll be months where he goes out there and he looks like one of the better pitchers in all Major League Baseball, and there's months where he's been batting practice, and this season it seems like it's one good start, one bad start type outings. July 4th versus Houston, 5 innings, got the loss, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks. July 10th at San Francisco, 5 innings, got the win, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks. And July 19th versus the Tigers, 6 2/3, got the loss, 7 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 6 Ks in that one. So he struggled mightily over the last 3 outings for the most part, is Bassitt. And that walk rate's been the problem. He's got 9 walks in the last 3 outings, and that's obviously not going to be a good sign. He hasn't had a quality start in the last 3 outings as well as Chris Bassitt. But like I said, he's been a pitcher that's going to be inconsistent, but still, when it's all said and done, he's up there in innings pitched. He's a guy who's had a mid-3 ERA to 4 at worst for the most part, is Chris Bassitt. And he has an offense that backs him decently. I know he's in a tough division, obviously, in the AL East, with teams like the New York Yankees, Baltimore Orioles, Red Sox, and the Tampa Bay Rays, who are all pretty solid teams, I believe, here. But right now, I would buy Bassitt low this week. The next pitcher, Mackenzie Gore, the Washington Nationals. Mackenzie Gore got off to a nice start early in the season, but he struggled of late, and he's even been dropped in 20% of fantasy leagues over the last 2 weeks. Here's Mackenzie Gore, another young pitcher where he'll have some great weeks, and some weeks he'll look like one of the worst pitchers in the league. On the season, 102 thirds, 6-8 record, 118 Ks, 4.20 ERA, 1.46 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. But the last month of the season, it's been bad. 20 2/3, 0-2 record, 20 Ks, a 7.84 ERA, 1.79 WHIP. So Gore, he's available in 51% of fantasy leagues. If you just want to go out there on the waiver wire and get him, because the last 3 outings, it's been a mess for Mackenzie Gore. And he's been getting hit around like a piñata. July 6th versus the Cardinals, 3 1/3 in that one, no decision. 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. July 11th at the Mets, 4 2/3 in that one, got the loss. 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks in that ball game. And July 20th versus the Reds, 2 innings, he only lasted 2 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. So the walks have definitely been an issue for Mackenzie Gore. His strikeouts are definitely solid this season, but going deep into games have been a problem, in the control over the last month of the season for the most part. So right now, while Gore's struggling, and like I said, if you just want to pick him up straight off the waiver wire, he's out there in 51% of leagues. And if you're going to make a deal for him, pretty much a minimum type of deal, one of your last bench hitters or maybe even a closer could get the deal done. And the fifth and final pitcher I look to buy and trade for is Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins. I mentioned Joe Ryan as a buy last week, and he struggled of late as well. Is Ryan on the season, 6-6 record, 120 2/3, 130 Ks, a 3.65 ERA, 1.01 WHIP, and 11 quality starts. But the last month of the season, he just can't get anyone out. 28 2/3, 1-1 record, 35 Ks, 5.34 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. So the positive for Joe Ryan is that K and whiff rate is still up there for him, no doubt about it. But I think he's overthrowing and trying to strike out too many guys and throwing way too hard, trying to throw it as hard as he can, and that's where he's getting the issues with the control. And that's where teams are hitting them pretty decent as well, because the harder you throw it, obviously, the harder it goes out sometimes. July 6th versus Houston, 5 2/3, got the win. 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 8 Ks. July 12th at San Francisco, 5 1/3, got the loss. 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. And July 21st versus the Brewers, 6 innings in that one, 7 hits, 4 runs, 6 Ks. So the things I like about Ryan still, he's given decent length, going about 5-6 innings per game. Strikeout rate is still great, and the whiff rate, like I mentioned. But like I said, he's overthrowing, and he's trying to just strike everyone out, and that's where he's running into the problems. Here's Joe Ryan with the walks, a couple games here and there. He's had struggles. And also, like I said, if you're trying to blow guys away, they're going to be sitting on that fastball and catch up to it. So right now, while Ryan struggled over the last few outings, and last season it was a solid year for him, and he's in a good division, obviously, as well, in the AL Central, where there's not many great hitting teams or good teams at all in terms of hitting the baseball. Guardians, middle of the pack, even though I know they're having a good season. Tigers, they're an inconsistent offense. Kansas City Royals, inconsistent as well. So I think right now Joe Ryan could turn things around after he struggled over the last month of the season, and a good pitcher to buy this week. So that's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for Week 16 of the fantasy baseball season.